Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the nice weather outside at home. So we are at home, and I just want to manage the expectations from the very beginning. You might have lost your job, or you might lose it very soon. At least for me, that seems very probable after this presentation. But don't expect to learn how to avoid this or how to find a new job. I have only 15 minutes, and I doubt I can teach you that. I doubt if I can teach you that even if I had 2 days. Anyway, my main goal for this talk and for the next 15 minutes is to simply entertain you and to have fun together. So, what a better way to entertain oneself than going into the future? Imagine the far, far future. The year is 2020, and actually it doesn't look so nice. The streets are empty, there's nobody outside. People seem to be kind of alienated. The interactions as we knew them are not anymore the same. Things are changing very fast, and yeah, people are losing their job. Or at least the jobs are not as we have knew them. Yeah, I can hear what you're saying. Although you're on mute, I can hear you. You're thinking yet another talk about the coronavirus. No, as I said, my job is to entertain you, and there's nothing entertaining in the coronavirus. And I'm sure you heard enough about this. What I'm going to tell you is data science. And data science is taking over our jobs. And most probably it's going to take over your job as well. No worries, no worries. We are here to have fun. So let's take a step back. And as some wise people have said before me, let's study the past in order to predict the future. So, have we seen something similar before? Sure, we have seen it many times. Many times the job market has been changing. And probably the most clear example is the industrialization and the automation of manual work. So what is different now than before? Well, it happens now, clearly, and there are many cognitive biases that play a role, and we all think now it's very different, now it's gonna be the last time, now is the best or the biggest or whatever. I'm not gonna talk about this. Nevertheless, it is different, just not just the time, but also the matter. Like, how is it different? Well, before, what was automated was the hands-on work. So there were assembly lines or just the hands-on work was done by robots or by those assembly lines or whatever, but this job was taken out, which was, let's face it, kind of boring job. And I'm very happy that it was taken out. But now with data science, it seems that it goes way further than this. We have facial recognition, speech recognition. Machine learning can even draw art, write poems, write songs. I'm not sure if it can sing still, but most probably. So yeah, it's not just the manual work. It's a lot more. And it threatens a lot more jobs. So we're in a trouble, or it seems so. And we cannot beat it. So if you cannot beat it, join it. Become a data scientist. Yeah, okay. That's going a bit into a selling point. You don't have to become a data scientist, but I do, in all seriousness, urge you to get a bit of understanding at least of what data science is, because although it might not replace your job, it's gonna play some kind of role in your job. But let's say you believe me and you're becoming a data scientist. You went to this online course that promised you that for 1 month you'll become the best data scientist, and you learned the main principle. The main principle is you automate everything. You can do it and you will do it, and you just automate all the jobs. And next to that, you're very good at predicting the future. So what happens when you automate everything? You automate your own job. You automate data science, and this is called AutoML, from automated machine learning. So it seems like we're screwed again. No, and that's the meat of my talk. So much with the fun. Let's go a bit more in serious talk. Let's take a step back and see what data science is actually about. If you ask a semi-random person on the street who knows what data science is, he'll tell you it's about creating algorithms that take input as take data as an input and give certain kind of predictions. And those algorithms can be very complex and blah, blah, blah. Sure. But you get data as input. Where do you get this data from? Well, you have to mine this data. That's not the most enjoyable thing out there, but somebody has to do it, and that's the data scientist who has to take the data. So always seems to be two tasks there. Both of them can and are already automated by machine learning. And it's done way better than any person can do it himself. But that's not all. You are getting this algorithm to have certain output to prove a hypothesis, to see if it's better or worse, or how to optimize. Optimize what? You have to come up with this hypothesis. You have to come up with the experiment in order to conduct it. And that I don't believe is yet automatable. Maybe soon. But then even that's not the full picture, because you come up with the experiment how to optimize something. What is this something? You have to see what the demand is. You have to talk with your users. And yeah, the last time that I checked, machine learning cannot talk with users yet, or not really that understandable. And yeah, it's quite hard to get the exact demand. You have together to communicate with the user and together to get to the point what is needed. What actually is the challenge at hand, and what are we going to optimize? And this is very hard. It never happens from the first time. So actually, you think you know what you're building, and you think that this is gonna help. You present it to the user, and it turns out, yeah, it was success. Maybe not. We're going into a direction, but there are a few iterations more to come. That's not exactly the full picture. So you go back to the user, talk with them, make the new algorithm or modify it, then present it again. And yeah, I was actually quite interested the last few days about AutoML being able to present for obvious reasons. And yeah, I didn't find any automated machine learning that's presenting results. So yeah, it seems that we are far from automating data science, or at least the data science that actually is at the job market. So don't worry, always under control. I'll go fast forward to the summary. so that hopefully there's some time also for questions. The main points of the talk. Data science brings innovations and will change the world. It will change most of the jobs, if not pretty much all of the jobs. That is a fact, and that's happening. With all jobs, I mean also the data scientist jobs. It's gonna change the data science job, but it's gonna change it for good. It's gonna automate the things that, well, at least for me, are not that interesting. How exactly you're gonna code the algorithm? How exactly you're gonna make the parameters so that it's optimal? That's a lot of trial and error, like manual work at the end, which I don't mind being automated. To never automate is the finding out what is needed. So concentrate on this. And I'm very happy that at bol.com, it seems that we are very much concentrating on this. We talk, we share, we align, and we learn from each other. And therefore, we built this awesome stuff that's out there. Because this is the most important thing. And data science is not different. For data science, you also need to talk a lot, from time to time present. And yeah, just build this bridge with the users, understand what needs to be built. And to do that, you need to drink lots of coffee with the users. And I tell you what, automated machine learning sucks at drinking coffee. I don't think it can drink coffee, and as far as I checked, again, it doesn't give presentations. So I think we are better than this. I'm better at this, at least the drinking coffee part. So let's enjoy the ride, and don't worry, be happy. So that's the end of my talk, and I hope I have some time. Yeah, I do have some time for questions if there are any.
Thank you, Asparuh. Really nice talk. I really like your comments. Make me laugh. There are a few questions actually. Actually, the first one is a remark. So Skynet, somebody says Skynet will decide what the user really needs with a blinky face. So that's I think nice. Olaf comments there's a very nice book. And Jeroen asks, do you expect data science to integrate with software engineering? If yes, how?
In what sense? Well, I'm not sure if I understand the question. Integrate with software engineering. For me, data science and software, like data science includes software engineering. In that sense, also, I'm very happy what we do at bol.com, that we don't have a per se data science team. We have a cross-functional teams with data scientists and software engineers working side by side because this is needed. And again, like this auto ML, I see it more like automating the software engineering side of data science, if that makes sense.
All right.
Still, it will be needed, software engineers, to write this automated machine learning at first place. But yeah, I hope this answers the question. If not, please address it in the chat.
Okay. There's another question from Bas. Thanks, Asparuh. Is it required in your opinion for a data scientist to know the basics, e.g. the low-level algorithms and data analysis method, or is it good enough to apply the modern frameworks and tools?
I do believe it's very important to know the basics because, again, the whole project is the whole idea is to close this feedback loop with the users as fast as possible so that you see if you're going in the right direction and that you present them some results. And the fastest way to close this feedback loop is by applying the low-level algorithms. And next to being the fastest, it's also the most understandable. So you can already really show the user how you're working on. And once you build this trust, once you believe as well that you're on the right way, then you can apply a bit more sophisticated algorithms, but then you'll be sure that it's the right direction. So in that sense, yes, I think it's crucial actually to know the basics.
Okay, thank you. I think we're out of time, so I suggest we take the other questions that are asked here to the Google Hangouts chat on the side. I will post them there. for now, thank you again, and see you all at the next session.
Thank you all for listening. Thanks.